And just to let you know, we had a rather lengthy delay to the junior varsity contest, so we are still in the process of playing the JV match. Right now, the Centaurs are up 23-21 in set number 2. If they win this one, they will indeed have won the JV and will start varsity in about 20 minutes or so. Had a lengthy delay. Hartford Sports Medical Sciences Academy could not get here because of a couple of accidents along the way, along Interstate 84, so they actually arrived about 20 minutes after the scheduled start time, and the match didn't start till about 10:05. So from that point of view, we are running a little bit late. We're going to let you sit back and watch the JV contest, and when we do return, we'll have the start to this JV match as soon as we're within about 10 minutes or so. So do stick around. Right now, the match is tied here in JV, 23-23, and if indeed the Tigers win this one, it would go to a third JV set. So we are kind of sitting back and waiting, and you can just check out the junior varsity contest while we await the start of the varsity. And we will be going to a third set for junior varsity as Hartford Sports Medical Sciences Academy wins the second, 25-23. So you'll get to see a third set of the JV competition here at the Alumni Fieldhouse.
I have been doing theater and acting since I was 8 years old. I absolutely love it. Coming here was one of the best decisions I've ever made, if not the best. The school has been so supportive. I am so unbelievably grateful. It's amazing to be in an environment where people want you to succeed and want you to do well. My name is Maggie McLaughlin. I'm a junior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information on where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/future centaurs.
And just a reminder for everybody that we are broadcasting live the junior varsity contest right now. It is a 2-2, is a 1-1 matchup going into the third and decisive set. The match itself entirely was delayed a bit by some traffic in Hartford for SMSA, so they didn't arrive here until about 4:15, which was about 15 minutes after scheduled start time. And then again, the match itself did not start till almost 5 o'clock. So sit back and you can watch the JV contest. The varsity will be following as soon as the completion of this JV contest is done. Once again, if you're just joining us, I will tell you that we're in the midst of the junior varsity contest. Right now, 5-4 Centaurs are up in the third set of this volleyball contest for junior varsity. That will be, hopefully the varsity will be starting in about half an hour or so, and we will be broadcasting live the varsity contest. In the meantime, you can sit back and watch the JV contest. We'll interject every so often to give you the score. Right now, Centaurs up 6-4 in set number 3. And once again, if you're just joining us, we are watching the junior varsity contest, running late today because of a late arrival. It's 14-8 in favor of the Centaurs over Hartford SMSA in a JV contest right now. Varsity will start in about 20 minutes after the completion of this JV contest, and we will have complete play-by-play coverage for you of the varsity contest. Well, we do get a little bit of a break on this one, and that is the fact that the junior varsity contest only went to 15 points in the third set. Therefore, the Centaurs win it 15-10 over Hartford SMSA. When we have about 12 minutes left before the start, we will be joining you. Dan Vogt will be joining me. You all ready to go there, Dan?
I am. I've been ready.
How long have you been ready? We are expecting this to start around 5:30. It's going to start around 6:20 tonight, but that's the way it works for the varsity contest. So when we come back, we will have the official pregame. How does that sound, Dan?
Sounds great.
There we go. So the official pregame start will be coming up in just about, depends when they start the clock, in about 10 minutes or so. We hope you stick with us as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs getting ready to take on Hartford SMSA here at the Alumni Fieldhouse.
This is Woodstock Academy Live. Today's game is brought to you by Bosquet's Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, Girardi Insurance Services, and Oconchabar Productions, LLC.
Woodstock Academy. Ethan Davis marking the signals. He goes back to throw, looking down the field, tucks it, then throws, long forgets, throwing it, touchdown, Jackson gets! Touchdown, Jackson gets! He got behind the knee. He beat Liam Pickett to the wall. On it is Odorski. Odorski got it off his back.
Could be a problem.
Get it? He got there first. He shoots and he scores! Brian Odorski.
Now, for all the play-by-play action, here's Woodstock Academy Sports Information Director, Mark Allard.
And we welcome you to the Alumni Fieldhouse on this Friday night for sure. Now, as this game was supposed to be started late on Friday afternoon, not so much the case, as we have the Woodstock Academy Centaurs volleyball team getting ready to play the Hartford SMSA Sports Medical Sciences Academy Tigers on this Friday. Mark Allard being joined by Coach Dan Vogt on this Friday night. And Dan, thanks a lot for joining us. Got to bring your microphone up there a little bit. There we go.
All right.
There you are.
Here, Mark.
Yeah, hey, it's always fun to do volleyball games, and you have been on the volleyball sidelines for a long time with Killingly.
Yes, I have. Almost 20 years with Killingly, and some people don't remember, but I actually started with Ellis Tech.
That's right.
I did 4 years Ellis Tech. I didn't know anything about the game, but I fell in love with it real quick. And then started a team at Killingly. We were a club team for 3 years, and finally got the okay to become a varsity sport, and I was there for almost another 15 after that. So.
And now he's a member of our staff here at Woodstock Academy, health and phys ed teacher, not coaching right now, but instead teaching, and also teaching off campus as well, which is really cool. But you know what we do with old coaches? We turn them into color commentators.
Perfect.
So I figured this would be a good day to get you off the sidelines. And you might be joining us a few more times over the course of the next couple of weeks as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs get ready for postseason play as the ECC tournament, state tournament right around the corner. But right now, they have to right the ship, so to speak. 11-6 coming in, but 0-3 in their last 3 matches against East Lyme and Waterford and NFA.
Yeah, I think they've been a little inconsistent, but I think they played a really difficult schedule that I think Coach Batone's hoping is going to set them up for postseason play. They've had a lot of 5-set matches and some tight games in general, and hopefully that'll help them down the road when they get tournament time.
No question about that. How do you right the ship? How do you turn it around? Do you go back to basics?
Yeah, I think it's volleyball is all about momentum, and you have to have team chemistry out on the court, and I think just gelling as a team right now and finding the right mix and finding some leadership, I think is what they're looking for, and you just keep working on that in practice every day and talk about what you're looking for and set goals, daily and weekly, and stay focused. I mean, that's the biggest thing is keeping the players focused on the goals.
On whatever is right in front of you, as the saying goes, I think. So it's the Woodstock Academy Centaurs taking on SMSA here at the Alumni Fieldhouse. We had a chance to talk to the head coach of the Centaurs, Adam Batone. We'll be back with Adam in just a moment.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all.
Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
And welcome back to the Alumni Fieldhouse Volleyball on this Friday as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs take on the Tigers of Sports Medical Sciences Academy. Woodstock Academy head coach Adam Batone with us. And Adam, is I don't know if you want to call it an interesting week or whatever, but things were going along so well. And all of a sudden you hit the stretch. I mean, East Lyme and then NFA and then Waterford, and it's been a little tougher. And the team has dropped to 11-6. Does this need a little reboot, a little turnaround here tonight?
For sure. So, last Friday going into East Lyme, yeah, it's always tough for us to play there. We just seem to struggle every time we go there. And they if we won that, we were going to win the division outright, and East Lyme was not going to have any of that, and that was clear, and they came prepared to play and put us on our heels, and, they just outplayed us in that match. Turn around Monday, come back for NFA, and I'm not sure what happened. We had 20 service errors, 41 hitting errors. We just struggled in every aspect of the game on Monday. It was pretty frustrating for everybody. And then Wednesday, we had the opportunity to avenge an earlier loss in the season at Waterford. We won the first set, not convincingly, but we won it, and then ended up going to 5 and just kind of laid an egg there at the end in the 5th set. Came back yesterday, I think we had a pretty good practice. We worked on a lot of things, and I'm optimistic for today because, boy, do we really need some wins here going into the, postseason.
Yeah, a little bit of confidence. There's no question about that. And it can happen this time of year. Letdowns do come about. People are tired. There's injuries. There's bumps. There's bruises. This time of year is really tough.
Yeah, I think it's tough for everybody. It's we're into our second month at school. A lot of demands there educationally. Seniors preparing, to get ready for college and applying to colleges, and we have SAT testing come up. You're into the meat of your curriculums, so there's a lot going on, and add into that all the things you said plus sickness. Mm-hmm. So yeah, everybody's drained. The coaches are drained, athletes are drained. So we need a reset here. I think the nice thing is that we get through our games next week. We have our Dick Pink game on Monday against Griswold, and then we finish with Conard on Wednesday on senior night, and then we have some time off.
A few days.
Yeah, we're still going to practice, but it's not going to be like that same intensity of getting ready for a game and whatever. So it can be a little lighter. JV and freshmen are done, so we'll be able to practice earlier. We won't be going as late. The girls can get home earlier. So I think all of that will help kind of rejuvenate the team a little bit, which will be much needed.
And the other thing, too, is you go to 5 sets against NFA, and then you come right back and have to go 5 sets against Waterford. That's a little bit draining, too.
It is, and when you lose in 5 in that first one, those thoughts of losing in the 5th, next time you go kind of creep in a little bit. So, we're at a point where we need to start showing a little more resiliency. Being able to work through our struggles, staying positive, and just getting after the ball.
No question. And is that basically what it is right now? Just going back to the basics and just refining and honing on things.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've done these past few practices. Really break down the passing and the defense, talking about positioning and where you got to be and staying still and what the platform needs to look like and how we move to get behind the ball. Serving, we've kind of simplified a little bit where, if you make too many mistakes, we're just going to have you stand and serve. I feel confident putting, some of the subs in to serve effectively. Like, Jackie Dearborn goes in and I'm probably jinxing it, but when she goes in, she doesn't miss her serve ever, right? And so that's been really helpful. And Lily Morgus, who comes up from the JV team, has done that. So, yeah, just getting back to the simple, basic components of let's keep it in, try to be aggressive, but keep it in. It is a game of errors, like 100%.
And momentum.
Yeah, and so we just got to have fewer errors than the other. And while I'd like to win games by more than what we've been winning by, a win's a win. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. A win's a win. So we just, need to be 2 points better every time we step out there than the other team.
And you can't take anyone lightly at this point in time. SMSA comes in with a 9-7 record. They've made states already. I do believe it's 9-7.
Yep.
And and you only have one real common opponent. That would be Coventry. What do you know about these guys?
They typically have been not as strong in the past. We have played them in matches and we've lost to them for sure. I think that's happened a few times. So the idea, so I don't know a whole lot about them, what they have returning for players. I know the coach. They're a well-coached team. He's going to get the best out of them. So it's just up to us to be able to serve and pass really well, and just like I said, limit those mistakes and get after it. I think when they played Coventry, they lost 3-0 to Coventry as well. So. Yeah, we beat them 3-1, so kind of a similar record there. So you never know. I think at this point, with losing the last 2 games that we lost, if we go out there expecting to beat anybody, we're probably going to lose. So we just need to be honed in on what we need to do as a team and individually, and then hopefully we'll be on the right side when it's all done.
Well, we hope that is the case. Adam Batone, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. We'll be back. We'll get this one going. SMSA versus Woodstock.
I've been doing theater and acting since I was 8 years old. I absolutely love it. Coming here was one of the best decisions I've ever made, if not the best. The school has been so supportive. I am so unbelievably grateful. It's amazing to be in an environment where people want you to succeed and want you to do well. My name is Maggie McLaughlin. I'm a junior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information on where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/futurecentaurs.
And we're back with you here at Woodstock Academy, the alumni field house, as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs and the Tigers of SMSA getting ready to go. And that will mean the starting lineups are just about 10 seconds away with Assistant Athletic Director Colin. What's that? You're not dancing tonight. Why not? Maybe because we put it on the video last time.
I already saw him dancing earlier today.
Oh, did you really? That's interesting. We're ready to go, Colin. We're just talking to Coach Batone there on the side as well. Colin Singleton, Assistant Athletic Director, with our starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Alumni Fieldhouse for tonight's volleyball game between the SMSA Tigers and your hometown Woodstock Academy Centaurs. This is a CIAC-sanctioned event and will be played according to Connecticut High School and NFHS volleyball rules. The CIAC and Woodstock Academy are committed to the principles of good sportsmanship. We believe all student athletes, coaches, and spectators should strive to represent themselves and their school with the very best spirit and tradition of high school athletics. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, coaches, and officials in a positive manner. We thank you for your cooperation, and we thank you for helping to create a positive high school athletic environment. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the SMSA Tigers. A sophomore libero, number 4, Valerie Santiago. A sophomore middle hitter, number 14, Felice Mallard. A junior outside hitter, number 11, Sonata Hurick. A senior setter, number 12, Almedina Velich. A senior middle hitter, number 16, Alex Soriano. A senior outside hitter, number 7, Edita Guster. And a senior outside hitter, number 1, Yali Ciara. The Tigers are coached by Stephen Goodrich, who's in his 14th season, and he's assisted by Mackenzie Lee and Tony Saneth. And now, the starting lineup for your Centaurs. A junior outside hitter, number 6, Dorizabel Mojica. A junior middle hitter, number 7, Mia Sorrentino. A sophomore opposite, number 9, Vivian Bebo. A junior outside hitter, number 8, Liliana Botone. A junior libero, number 14, Cassie Ladd. A junior setter, number 3, Sophie Gronsky. And a senior middle hitter, number 1, Regan Reynolds. The Centaurs are coached by Adam Batone, and he is assisted by Jeff Boschka and Marissa Mayhew. At this time, we ask that you please stand if you are able, remove your headwear, and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And there we have it, the long-awaited national anthem here at the Alumni Fieldhouse. A little late start, but that's okay. We're ready for some volley. Actually, let me ask you, Mr. Vogt, this question. Are you ready for some volleyball?
I am ready.
All right. Here we go. Coach Vogt on hand, and we are set for some high school volleyball. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs, as you may know, coming out in the navy blue and gold-trimmed uniforms. Hartford SMSA in the black jerseys with some, I guess you could call royal kind of blue.
Yeah, powder blue.
Powder. That's a good one. Powder blue. That's what I was looking for and couldn't come up with it. Powder blue trim and a little red tossed in there just for good measure. Hartford SMSA 9-7 on the year. There is one common opponent, which Coach Batone alluded to, and that was Coventry, which SMSA lost 2-3-0, and the Centaurs beat by the same scores. So going by comparative scores, the Centaurs are in good shape.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, nothing taken for granted.
I think Coventry did take a set from
Okay,
us
3-1.
that day. It was 3-1, yep.
So we're all set to go as Regan Reynolds is out there. Vivian Bebo coming off will be Mia Sorrentino for Cassidy Ladd, the libero. Also out there for the Centaurs, Izzy Mojica, Liliana Batone, and taking the first serve will be Sophie Gronsky, who's had quite the year so far. Recorded her 1,000th assist not so long ago.
That is a great accomplishment.
It really is.
And she's got a year to go.
And a year to go. She has 457 assists so far this year. I think that's what it is. So 457, that's a big number.
It is.
I think we're all set. Just one official today. Now, that may not be good for the teams. It's wonderful for us broadcasting the match because we have an unimpeded view today. So Sophie Gronsky set to go. The serve is up and it is over. Bounce straight up in the air. Little set there by Velic over onto the outside. Nice dig by Ladd or saved by Ladd. Got it back over to Batone. Got up into the roof. Mojica got it over. Gets it over to Guster. Here comes the middle hitter. Blocked by Regan Reynolds. And Regan gets the point off the block.
One of the best feelings in volleyball right there to get a block.
Especially a point. Off of it. 1-0 Woodstock Academy. Gronsky serving again for the Centaurs. Just underway. If you're just joining us, took a while for that JV game. That one goes to the side by Guster and out. That's an ace. Last time I checked.
No miscommunication there.
2-0 in favor of the Centaurs. And Gronsky's got her share of those this year as well. 34 aces. That's number 35 right there. Guster basically in the receive position, gets it back over to the middle, over to the set. That's to the outside.
Oh, another block.
They get a block. Yes, a block. Was it Reynolds? I didn't see. Or
Reynolds
Bebo.
got part of it.
Bebo got the other.
Yep.
A couple, no kills yet, but a couple blocks. And a 3-0 lead for the Centaurs. The libero comes over and makes that hit. That's Velic to the outside, got it to Sierra. Ladd on the dig, over to Gronsky, sets it for Batone, who gets the kill. Liliana Batone off the assist from Sophie Gronsky.
Looked like she got a little early start on the approach, but she held back nicely.
Gronsky getting a little run back there, 4-zip. And the setter, oof, little low that time. Little low on the palm and went right into the net. So a fault for Gronsky. Turns it over for the Tigers for the first time tonight. It will be Velic who attempts the first serve for the Tigers. This is Ladd in the back. Gronsky on the set, over to the outside. Batone wheels it up. Velic got a hand on it, got it to the outside, but Sierra could not put it over the net.
Nice dig by Guster there, but they just couldn't get it over.
5-1 in favor of the Centaurs. Will be Liliana Batone back to serve for a Woodstock Academy. Liliana's first attempt, one of those almost knuckleball type things. Velic to Sierra, picked up by Batone. Cassidy Ladd steps up, sets it for Mojica. Back over to Sierra. Velic back to Sierra on the outside. Tried to drop one in, saved by Batone. Reynolds on the bump. Sends it back over by Mojica. This is Velic into the middle, actually to the outside Sierra. Ladd comes up with it to Gronsky. Has to back set it. Reynolds had to go back and get it and did. That was in the back. Number 7 actually. Guster who got it. Back over. This is Batone. Gronsky. Backside set. Bebo saved by the libero and it goes into the net. Unfortunate for the Tigers as Edita Guster could not get that one to go.
A little bit of everything in that rally.
Just a little bit, huh? Actually, it's Santiago who hit that one. Went into the net, 6-1 in favor of Woodstock Academy, and Batone again on the service. Bumped up in the air by Guster. That's Velic to Sierra. Sierra, Ladd will pick this one up deep. Bukarnsky into the middle to Reynolds, and she may have hit the net and did. 6-2 in favor of the Centaurs. Sierra back to serve. Yaneshka, but they call her Yanni, so I think we're going to go by Yanni.
That's fine with me.
It's a lot easier. Sierra's serve, actually bumped up by Batone. Gronsky to Mojica. That's a kill for you.
She really gets some height on that jump.
So a kill for Mojica makes it 7-2 in favor of the Centaurs. Just the second kill so far for Woodstock Academy. And Regan Reynolds will go back to serve. She's had 35 aces as well this year. Now tied with Gronsky for the team lead, I do believe. Guster in the back, Velic to Guster. Guster comes up, and did she get it in? She did.
She looked good in warm-ups, watching her hit in warm-ups, and she gets up there. She can hit hard.
Yep. So the third point for the set for the Tigers, and it will be Santiago. The set, the libero for the Tigers on the service. And this one waffles its way over. Batone had to go down and get it. Gronsky, that's a tough set.
Yeah.
Batone had to kind of get down there, and it was a wobbler, and Gronsky was kind of off balance, and it went over by the antenna.
Yeah. Tried to set weak side there and a little too tight.
7-4, or as some people call it over there, the candy cane. Santiago sends it in. Cassidy Ladd on the dig. Gronsky just unburied it from the net. Batone from behind and an illegal hit.
Miscommunication.
Yep.
Now Santiago's got a nice little float serve here.
Those are tough.
Yep.
You kind of got to adjust to them.
And the bottom can drop out of them sometimes too.
It's like a knuckleball. 7-5, and Santiago helps the Centaurs a little bit with a service fault.
I think she was trying to drop that one just over.
One of those slip it right into the front, right in front of the front row
those
types.
Can be tough.
So coming on to serve will be Emma Kerr for the Centaurs. Emma, the defensive specialist on this team. Kerr's service. That's Sierra in the back row. Velic goes over to Soriano. Tipped up in the air by Sorrentino to Mojica, who went a little bit too long. Soriano to Sorrentino. It's going to be a fun one tonight.
Woodstock a little out of sync right now.
Back to serve is Hurek. Set to go. Hurek gets it over. Kerr to Gronsky. Over to Mojica. Santiago on the dig. Tossed back over by Velic, the setter. This is Santiago to Sorrentino. Blocked at the net by Soriano. Ladd to Mojica. Blocked at the net. Again by Soriano, who came over and got the hit.
Hitter coverage not quite there.
So a block kill makes it 8-7 in favor of the Centaurs. Long one, kind of a floater back to Kerr. Just got it over the net. That's a legal hit. Yep. Came back down.
When it grazed the net, it threw her timing off a little bit.
That's where you're hoping that they're hoping it's a block, but not quite in that case.
Right.
Otherwise, you get with a double hit. So back to serve is Mojica. And Mojica gets it over. Santiago digs it out. Velic to the outside. That was Gruder.
Roll shot.
And that one's, well, Baton went over the line. Net violation.
Nice little roll shot by Guster right there.
9-8. They're not letting the Centaurs get away. So Guster will go back on the service. And Adita puts it over. Mojica on the bump. Gronsky, Baton, a little bit long. Was there a touch? No. So a little long for the Centaurs. 9 up.
Inside out swing there and just got a little much on it.
Guster with the service again. Guster sends it over. Mojica went over and got it. Gronsky back set Sorrentino. A nice cross-court kill from Gronsky.
Those weak side hits work so often because the defense is not used to seeing them as often.
So a 10-9 lead. I'm keeping you on your toes.
You are, thank you.
The kills. You see, Coach
there
Vogt
haven't
is
been a
supposed
lot.
There haven't. There's only been 3 of them.
It's been a while since the last
That's why
one.
I had to point. Ladd on the service, unfortunate, right into the net, so a service error. So we're back to 10-10. And back to serve will be Alexandra Soriano, one of the seniors on this Tiger team. And Soriano sends it. Ladd digs it. Gronsky sets it. Baton drops it and can't kill it. Ladd over to Gronsky. In the middle is Reynolds, blocked by Soriano. Ladd retreats, gets it to Baton. Put up in the air by Soriano, hit off the roof, and it will be technically a kill for, that was Baton, right? Reynolds. I think it was Reynolds. Do you agree?
I missed that one. I was watching to see if they were tracking it down.
Yeah, I kind of did too. I think it was Reynolds. Might ask Coach. I don't know. Maybe Jeff Boschke or so who that was on that kill.
Who killed that?
Back to serve will be Gronsky. I can't remember who did. It was either Reynolds or Baton. I don't remember which one.
They don't seem to know either.
Yeah, we were all kind of hamstrung on that one. We'll have to go back in the replay. Gronsky on the backside. Bebo comes up, and there's the kill for Bebo. Off the assist from Gronsky.
It's nice having lefty over there on the right side, that's for sure.
12-10, Woodstock Academy. Gronsky back. We went through the service line pretty quick, didn't we?
Yep.
Back for her second time. Remember her first time around, she had 4 points.
Miss server's only going to end the run.
Santiago kind of pushes that one over to Velic, who got it over to Sierra. Ladd with a one-handed bump to Gronsky. Baton, little tip. Came down. Velic goes back out to Sierra. Sierra a little bit long. Well, a lot long.
The Tigers have been scrappy so far, keeping balls alive.
13-10. And Gronsky on the service. Gets it in. There's a dig by Gruda. Back over to Sierra. Sierra, nice
Good
dig
up,
by Gronsky. Batone has to get it over.
Great
Does!
spot,
And
great
put it
spot.
right where Sierra could not get it.
Yeah, that's a great spot to push that ball.
So Batone on the kill. Makes it 14-10 in favor of Woodstock Academy. You know what? Give Batone another one, because the more and more I think about that, it was not Reynolds, it was Batone. So we're going to give that other one to Batone. And that's an ace for Sophie Gronsky.
She's racking up the serving points.
15-10. Yeah, she has 8 of them already. Over half of the Centaurs' points have come off the serve of Sophie Gronsky. There are some people who say service points don't matter. We'll get to Dan Vogt's thought on that. There's another ace.
Anytime you get a point with having only do one thing.
It makes sense that service points do matter, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
We have a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. It is 16-10 in favor of the Centaurs.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
We're the answer.
See them online at Girardi Insurance.
16-10 in favor of Woodstock Academy. Sophie Gronsky still serving. Launches this one. Herder, this is Velic, tipped up by Reynolds, still going. Couldn't happen. Velic technically gets the kill on that one as it came right down on top of Reynolds. And Regan's still laughing about that one. It's one of those where it bounced off of her head, off of her elbow, never got to her hand, I don't think, however. Velic on the serve for the Tigers. And there's a Reynolds kill. That's the way to get one back.
Been watching the games this year. She's gotten really good on that side push to the sideline.
17-11. It'll be Liliana Batone. And we have confirmed that that other kill was Liliana Batone's.
She's leading the team with 3 right now. And back to serve.
And Liliana gets this one deep. Santiago gets it up in the air. Velic gets it over to Guster to set. Here's Gronsky. This is Mojica, blocked at the net. Can they save it? The answer, no. Mojica gets a kill. Off the assist by Gronsky. And Batone goes back to serve again. Gets it through. Santiago bumps it up. Velic looks for the outside, and that's an illegal hit.
Yeah. Didn't come off clean. Double hit.
19-11. And Batone on the service. That was Guster to Velic, outside Sierra. Little tip, and coming back for it was Bebo. Gronsky to Batone, and it just went out to Mojica, I should say,
yep.
outside, just a little wide.
She tried to hit down the line and just pulled it a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like one of my drives, let's put it that way, when you pull it off the tee. Sorry, I always go back to golf, Dan. What can I tell you?
All right, it's life.
Sierra off the service. That's a little long. So a 20-12 lead for Woodstock Academy. Mia Sorrentino will come back into the contest for the Centaurs. And Regan Reynolds goes back behind the service line. And Regan got a little over-aggressive.
Yep. She tried to go corner to corner there and still went long.
So now the service goes over to Santiago from the Tigers. Santiago set to go. Sends it. Ladd bumps it. Gronsky into the outside. Bebo. Back over to Sierra. Velic looking over to Guster. That one's picked up by Ladd. To Gronsky. To the outside. Mojica. And that's going to be a kill from Mojica.
That was the one she was trying to do last time. This time she got it in.
Yeah, got it right down where you want it to do.
Yep.
We do have a final for you. The only other game going on today at Woodstock Academy was boys soccer. And unfortunately for the Centaurs, they fell to the Fitch Falcons 2-1 in overtime. Matt Jandro scored the only goal. This is Emma Kerr. Over to Sierra. Velic outside. And came over, and Sorrentino said, "Ooh, that's a freebie."
Your eyes light up when you see those.
Where there's nobody there and you have the ball? Yeah, they were trying to get that more to the outside, and it kind of went a little bit further right than it should. A little drifter. Kerr. That's Guster coming up for it. Velic to the outside. Soriano just got it over the net. Sorrentino over to Ladd. This is Mojica. Just could not turn on it. Puts it in the net. 22-16. Not going away. 22-14, my bad. They aren't going away, are they? Well, that helps. Fault into the net. Makes it 23-14 in favor of Woodstock Academy. And the service goes over to Izzy Mojica. Only could come on and start for this team in the 10th game of the season due to the transfer rule. She's come on very nicely.
Yeah, she's a nice addition.
Velic. This is Guster. Nia Sorrentino. Gronsky to Sorrentino. Blocked by Soriano. Yep, and I think it was Sorrentino who got the net violation.
Yes, it was.
23-15. The last time we saw a real impactful transfer come in was?
I think you were referring to Paula Hernandez.
Yeah, Paula Hernandez.
Yes.
Yeah, just because she took us to two state one state championship and a semifinal. That's all.
No, she was phenomenal.
There's a fault. 24-15, and we're down to set point for the Centaurs with Cassidy Ladd serving it. She's a person you wouldn't mind having serving it. And Cassidy serves. That's the reason why. An ace for Cassidy Ladd. And by the way, I was wrong. It's not Batone or Reynolds who leads in aces. It's Cassidy Ladd. That was 45th ace of the season for Cassidy Ladd, and a 25-15 win for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs in set number 1. We'll be back with the second one when we return to the Alumni Fieldhouse right after this.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18-cubic-foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18-cubic-foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at BusquetsAppliance.com. Pay more, what for?
I'm back with you here at the Alumni Fieldhouse. And by the way, Avery is the youngest of the Busquets. And what Avery says goes, okay? And he wants you to save you hundreds of dollars at Busquets Appliances on your next appliance purchase. Remember, 12 months of special financing, all products and all brands. How about, let me just pick one out here. How about an Amana front 3.5 cubic foot top load washer, and a 6.5 foot cubic electric dryer, washer or dryer, $499. Buy the pair for $997, and if you do that, you save $200. Buy one of them, you save $100. So I guess that's what you call saving hundreds at Busquets Appliances in Willimantic and Danielson. Mark Allard and Dan Vogt along with you. Second set after the Centaurs took the first, 25-15. We mentioned Izzy Mojica. She's only been here for 7 matches, or this is her 7th match. And she has 62 kills, 1 block, 59 digs, and 11 aces already on the season.
That's nice to add to your team halfway through the season.
I would say so. She couldn't come in and play right away because she had to sit out half the season up until the 10th game, and she started in and has already made an impact, no question about that. Also, as a chance to congratulate Christian Menunos, finished 3rd yesterday in the Eastern Connecticut Conference Cross Country Boys Championship out there at the Norwich Golf Course. Colton Saloom, another junior, finished 7th. The team finished 5th overall, not too bad. And Julia Coyle on the girls' side finished 5th in the ECC Championship. So being a former runner at some point in my life way long ago, I know how tough that course is.
Yes, hilly.
Yeah, well, if you've played the golf course, you know it's a roller coaster ride, as Joe Banis likes to say, the girls cross-country coach here at Woodstock Academy, and a veteran runner and very knowledgeable about Norwich as well. So he says that's a roller coaster. He calls Harkness Park Pancake City. I assume that to be either flat or very easy or both. That's just my point of view anyway. So set to go here. 1-0 lead for the Centaurs. You got Bebo out there along with Sorrentino, Mojica, Ladd, Gronsky, and Batone. I just wonder why Adam Batone isn't going to dance tonight.
Maybe he will. We'll see. Maybe he will.
Well, when you have this 0-3 run you're on, you might want to dance if you can get a win here.
Sure. We were out doing the climbing course earlier today, and he had the music playing, and he was dancing.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Practicing up the dance moves. Sierra will serve first for Hartford SMSA. Back behind the line, everybody pulled up on the Centaur side. Just waiting for the official, and now he says we're set to go. Just one official tonight. Sierra sends it. Batone, or I should say Mojica, taps it up in the air. Bebo to Batone in the back row. Bump from the Tigers back row. Velich over to Guster, and that one's picked up by Ladd. Over to Gronsky. Gronsky to Mojica, and that one went long. So the only thing with Izzy, I think she's a little bit too strong tonight. She's had a couple of those running long. Sierra on her second serve. Ladd on the bump. Gronsky tosses it over quick, and they save it. Velich, I thought that was going to be a kill for Gronsky.
Nice.
She's good at that. How about a back set to Bebo off of Guster and the kill for Bebo?
Yeah, Gronsky caught him on their heels a little with that setter dumb, but they just were able to recover.
Well, she's done that often. She has 30 kills on the season, and most, if not all, are of that ilk.
Yeah.
Emma Kerr will go back to serve for the Centaurs.
Even if you don't get it, it's good to keep the defense honest.
You know, you're not always going to be setting. You could dump it over the net like that. Kerr, this is Guster. Velich on the set, back to Guster, tosses it over right through the wickets for Sorrentino, and it's a Guster kill.
She ended up tipping that ball. I think they were waiting for a big hit, and she did another soft tip.
So it'll be another service for the Tigers, and Santiago, sophomore libero, will take it. Santiago right into the net. That's a fault. If you are just joining us and wondering how the heck are we just in the second set when it's 7 o'clock, there was some issues on the traffic and the way here from Hartford for SMSA. Isn't that a shocker that there might be issues along Interstate 84? I'm glad I don't have to travel that. Service by Mojica. That was Velich who does that little setter dump. Gronsky to Sorrentino, tossed back over, dumped back down. Sorrentino on the kill off of Hurick's
Another
attempt.
easy one for Sorrentino there and an overpass.
Yeah, she's had a couple of those.
Yep.
So it'll be Mojica back to serve again for the Centaurs. Up by a point, 3-2 in the second set. And Mojica has a fault. So serve receive is not going well for either team right now. And back to serve will be Hurick.
Fourth serving error for Woodstock.
Oof. Ladd. Gronsky over on the outside's Batone. Santiago on the bump. Velich. Guster. Batone told Sorrentino, go stay in the middle.
Oh.
And that's the reason why. Gronsky to Sorrentino for the kill.
Sorrentino's fourth kill right there.
She's been getting more of those.
That was one of those, it was the right spot. She didn't hit it very hard, but she hit it right in the right spot with like kind of a fisted action.
83 kills for Sorrentino this year. 11 blocks, 28 digs, 11 aces. Pretty productive year for the junior. Ladd got it over, and it comes back the other way. Batone, Gronsky in the middle is Reynolds, blocked by Soriano, saved by Gronsky, tossed back over, and Hurick cannot get it back over. Yeah. That was a kill. Was it Batone on the outside again? I think it was. It wasn't Reynolds in the middle. It was Batone behind her. So I'm going to give that one to Batone.
Coach of the Tigers was calling for a back row attack there. Mojica stepped in to push it over. Floor captain for the Tigers over asking him about it to the ref.
Okay, so explain that.
So the back row, you can't come from the back row in front of the attack line to attack the ball and above the height of the net. And Mojica came up and did a kind of a jump push, and it was borderline.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that what you meant by that. That's Santiago who got the dig. It's Gronsky. That's a nice little center dump if I ever saw one. I don't know if it was intentional.
It was a happy mistake right there.
And it results in a kill.
Yep.
You figure it out. Ladd looking for her third consecutive service point here. Ladd gets it just over the net. That was a nice one. Velich, however, Mojica goes back and retreats and gets it to Gronsky to Batone, and that's a kill off the assist from Gronsky. Make it a 7-3 lead for the Centaurs. Cassie Ladd on a little service run.
Yeah, some of the girls have some softer floaters. She's got a real hard floater.
She does. Gets a little jump out of it, and that's an ace.
Another ace, yep. You can see why she's leading the team in aces.
Yep. And she just barely goes over that net, and I think that is really a problem for an opponent.
And she's serving in the seams in between the back row, so they're having trouble communicating and whose ball it is.
8-3 in favor of the Centaurs. Ladd sends it into the middle again, this time a little long. 8-4. That's the only problem with that serve, is sometimes you get a little over aggressive with it. Guster back to serve for SMSA. Going back was Mojica. This is Gronsky to the middle. Reynolds a little hard. Make it 8-5. It's about where the Tigers made their run last time, last set, to kind of get back into things.
Right in the middle, they made a nice run.
Yeah, they got it back and tied it at 9 after falling behind early. Guster again, that one they'll let go, and it's a fault on the other side. 9-5 Centaurs. And Gronsky will go back to serve. I'd like to remind you, this is one of the first of 2 weekend broadcasts. We're right back with you tomorrow at noon. Woodstock Academy Centaurs football team taking on New London at the Bentley Athletic Complex. And Gronsky sends that one long. Brad Favreau will join me for all the play-by-play of that one. Both teams come in with a 2-3 record. Something tells me I'm going to enjoy the atmosphere inside tonight. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it outside tomorrow. It's supposed to have some
wet.
Yeah, it might be a little rainy. Soriano has a fault.
Jeez, both teams.
3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5 services have resulted in a fault. So 10-6, and Batone will go back and try to turn this around a little bit. See if we can get some consistency built from behind the service line. Batone's jump serve. Guster on the bump. Velich just tosses it over. Gronsky to Ladd, and they're going to get her for the illegal hit.
kind of rolled off her hands there.
Back over to the Tigers, and Velich will do the service honors. Back and forth we go. This one was Gronsky, actually Baton to Gronsky to Mojica. Guster in the back, Velich in the front. Tossed down there by Sierra into Gronsky. Gronsky over to Mojica. Guster in the back, picked up by Hurick. There's Sierra, that might be long, and it is. That bump was just a little too heavy.
Yep, tough to lose a point on a free ball.
And it will mean Reynolds will get to serve. Goes from the opposite side than most. And that's what has been plaguing the Centaurs, another fault.
I know that's been kind of a Achilles heel for them this year, serving errors.
They've had a few today.
That's their 7.
Oof. Yeah, adding up. Sierra for the Tigers. Gets it over, bumped up by Baton. Gronsky on the set to Mojica on the outside, and the kill for Mojica. 12-8 lead for Woodstock Academy. Emma Kerr comes back in.
Mojica's 4th kill there.
Kerr just waiting on the ball. I'd like to thank Eben Beauchesne on the other side. Eben is our camera person today. One of our students here at Woodstock Academy, doing a heck of a job too. Guster put that one long. 13-8 in favor of the Centaurs. And Kerr with another attempt at the service. Santiago wheels back, gets it to Velich, tosses over to Guster. Guster, that little short one. Gronsky backs to Ladd, over to Mojica. Mojica over the top, saved by Velich. Sierra from the back row to Guster, little tap up in the air. Sorrentino to Gronsky to Mojica, off some players. They almost tried to save it, cannot. Another Mojica from Gronsky combination. 14-8.
Starting to get away from the Tigers a little bit here.
Do you call a time pretty soon?
I would.
They send it through. Bounced up in the air by Sierra. This is Hurick right into the net. Yeah, I would say pretty soon. It's 15-8 now. Kerr getting a little run of her own going from behind the service line. Sierra to Velich. Velich to Guster. That was Mojica to Gronsky. Back to Mojica. Little give and go. Blocked by Soriano. Sorrentino to Gronsky to Mojica. Guster saved it, but it went out.
Well, roll shot Mojica, very effective right there. Their 6th kill.
Yep.
Adding up.
16-8 in favor of the Centaurs. That's Emma Kerr. Got a little extra behind that one. Velich, high set to Guster. And Ladd on the dig. Gronsky over to Mojica into the net. 16-9.
Nice dig by Ladd right there.
Yeah.
It was right at her, but it was hit hard.
Santiago will serve for the Tigers. 7-point lead for the Centaurs. Another dig by Ladd. Gronsky, little tap over the top. Guster saved it. Ladd back to Gronsky into the middle set this time. Sorrentino caught the corner. Well, that's one thing that Coach Baton has been asking for, is a little bit more scoring varied from within. And he has been getting that from different people tonight.
Yep.
Mojica on the service. Santiago on the bump. Velich on the set. Guster on the attempted kill, saved by Bebo. That's Mojica backwards to Baton. Back row was Sierra. This is Guster, who kind of tosses. That was almost an illegal.
It could have been.
Yeah, Gronsky over it. That's blocked out.
Blocked out.
Yep. So a kill, or did it come in, or did it?
No, it was blocked out.
It was out. Okay.
Was that Baton on the kill?
Yes.
18-9.
I thought they actually had an illegal hit, like you were saying over here.
Yeah, it could have been called a carry.
Yep. Mojica. Another service. Santiago on the dig. Soriano to Velic. They use Velic much more as a setter, almost middle hitter type player. Velic the setter. Guster, that's Ladd in the back. Gronsky over to the outside, that was Baton. Guster, back to Velic, back to Guster, and Guster hits it out.
She was a little late in the transition. I think they want to get it to Guster. She's definitely their best hitter.
Yeah, her or Sierra, I guess those are the two, and they're both in the back row right now. This is Mojica. Speaking of Sierra, Velic, here's Guster. There's Gronsky to Ladd. Ladd back to Baton, tosses it over the top. Velic, that was a tough little set. I don't think she wanted to go that way, but Santiago saved it to Guster. Over to Gronsky, here's Baton, and Baton, Santiago on the dig, and that's an illegal.
Good dig by the libero right there, but they couldn't get the set up.
20-9 in favor of the Centaurs. Mojica looking for her 4th consecutive service point. And Mojica puts it up and dishes it long. Bumped up in the air by Santiago. Sierra saved it. Soriano hits the pipe.
A little surprised Coach Goodrich hasn't called a timeout here at some point.
I think at this point, unless you suddenly get a run back, you don't. Down 21-9. Mojica. Santiago, that's an ace for Mojica.
Mojica, a nice little run here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. (22-9) in favor of the Centaurs. Mojica's service and Sierra, another ace. So after being a little bit inconsistent, suddenly Mojica's found it. And has the Centaurs up 23-9 in this second set. Mojica's service, that's Sierra. This is Velic into the middle, Soriano, that's gonna go long. And right now, the Centaurs just feasting a little bit on some Tiger mistakes.
Yep, some unforced errors.
Yep.
A little bit of frustration setting.
Mojica trying to close it out. Set point.
Oh, nice.
Sends it into the middle. Nice. Oh, wow.
Nice short floater after putting a bunch of deep serves.
3 aces in the last 4 gives the Centaurs a 25-9 win and a 2-0 lead in this one. We'll be back with more from the Alumni Fieldhouse.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors here in our broadcast today, and that includes the Girardi Insurance Services, the O'Brien Financial Group, Busquets Appliances in Willimantic and Danielson, Oconcha Bar Productions, and of course, the Mansion at Bald Hill. I'd like to thank them all for all the help that they have given us all season long and will continue to give us throughout the next couple of seasons, as we're just coming down to the, believe it or not, the end of the fall season's right around the corner, Dan. Can you believe that?
It goes so fast. It goes so fast. I wasn't sure when I stopped coaching if the fall would go as fast, and it still does.
It still does. Fall goes fast. Winter takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because of the psyche, so to speak. No one wants to be outside in the winter. You want to be outside in the fall and the spring. Winter is just a pain.
Yeah.
In more
Not
ways
as much
than one.
sunlight.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why you don't. Although Coach Patone did have something in his pregame where he said today that, when I said, it's that kind of letdown type time of year, and he says, well, you know what? We're in the middle of everything right now. Curriculum is hot and heavy. It cools off later in the spring and stuff like that. You try to get most of the projects done, and unless you just have a one-semester class or something like that. But by the same token, curriculum's hot and heavy right now.
Yeah.
It's sometimes tough to focus on athletics and academics.
Yeah, and this is when illness starts setting in.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're tired and you've been up late and long days, your immune system's down, and you start seeing some of that as well, not feeling 100%. I know by the end of October, I felt like I got sick every single volleyball season. It's draining, that's all.
Oh, it is. No question about it, because you're putting your heart and soul into about 12 hours or 14 hours a day because of everything that has to be taken care of. And if you have a long trip, or if you have a situation like tonight, you have a long day, it's already almost 7:30, like we've had long days, it gets to you after a while.
And they don't have very many short trips for their games.
No, they didn't even play Killingly this year.
Nope.
They played Plainfield here. So their shortest trip would be Griswold.
Yep.
So, and they had some long ones, like Newtown. You don't get there from here, okay?
Nope. And they went to Glastonbury.
Yes.
And just their league games.
East Lyme
Fitch
is
and
no.
East Lyme and Waterford, yeah.
You don't get there from here either. I mean, Fitch is especially tough because you got to get off of 95 just a little bit.
Right.
Stonington's the worst, but they don't play Stonington. Stonington doesn't have a volleyball program.
I think they're one of the biggest schools in the state that still does not.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Because that was one of my big pushes when we got Killingly. Waterford and Stonington, I think, were the only two schools that were bigger than us that didn't at the time, and Waterford did soon thereafter.
I wonder if it's because if Stonington's worried about a very strong field hockey program that it has.
I think that is part of it. The
That's
field hockey program has been very good.
And so
for
has
a
the
long
soccer
time.
program. Both have been very strong. Not this year for soccer, but by the same token, has been strong historically. So maybe that's the reason why you do not have volleyball in Stonington. Emma Kerr, and you don't know either, with the feeder programs, we all know you need a feeder program in any sport to be successful. Emma Kerr to serve first for the Centaurs, set number 3. Guster and Velic tried to be blocked by Mojica, but Velic will get the kill, rolled it over the net. Mojica could not get a hold of it. 1-0 in favor of the Tigers, and Velic will go back to serve. This is Bibo, or I should say Kerr, to Gronsky. Sorrentino slapped it hard. It goes into the rafters. Santiago finds it. Velic gets it back over. Tipped up in the air by Patone. Back outside Mojica from Gronsky. Guster saved it, but it almost hits our broadcast booth, or broadcast area, not really booth. So that was a kill for Mojica.
She's leading the team for the day.
1-1, and she goes back to serve. Is that almost like a batter in baseball when you make a great play in the defensive side of the field, you come right up the next inning? It's like, wait, this was serving here. Mojica had a great run of service in that second set. That's an illegal hit.
I'm sure they're happy to have her back at the serving line after the run and the last one.
I'm sure the Centaurs are. I don't know if the Tigers are happy to see her.
They're looking over for coach for some answers.
Yeah. Mojica. This is Guster. And Guster saved at the net by Velic. Here it got it over. Ladd to Gronsky. Over to Patone on the outside. That's going to be a kill for Patone.
That back corner has been working well for them.
They've been able to find it.
Yep, tough to defend. You kind of need the block to take that spot away.
They don't have, well, they have some size. Soriano and Velic have some size to them. But Velic is also the setter. It's tough when you have to try to come over and be that blocker on the outside, on the opposite side. Here's Mojica. Just lofted it over, and there's an ace.
There's that short floater. It's very tough to defend.
Okay, so can we use another baseball analogy? You were a baseball coach for a long time. That would be the changeup, am I correct?
That would be the changeup, that's right.
Mojica on the service again. Gets it over. A floater that time. Velic to Soriano, blocked by Sorrentino,
Perry.
and a net violation, I think.
That's a lift.
Oh, was it a lift? Okay, yep. I thought I saw the foot go over down below, but instead it was just a lift. Doesn't matter. Same thing happens. 5-1 in favor of the Centaurs. Mojica back to serve. Guster. Velic just sends it over. Kerr. Gronsky outside. Batone wheels up. Guster tried to get it back, and it's not going over. Batone from the outside. They're really playing that back row.
It looked like she's got there a little early on the approach, but did a nice job holding herself back.
6-1. That's a little change up right there.
They're ready for it that time.
Yes. They get it over with Sierra. Gronsky back sets to Sorrentino. Managed to keep her balance. That one goes in the rafters. Saved by Soriano. Gronsky back set to Sorrentino again. Guster one-handed bump. Sierra. They get it back over. That was Mallard who was able to send that one back over. Picked up by Velic to Guster. Backward set, Sierra. Ladd over to Gronsky, and that one was an illegal hit.
They're trying to run a slide to Sorrentino over there. You don't see that often at this level. And I know she wanted to get one of those kills. She got the hit in twice, but wasn't able to get the kill.
Right. Laughing about it a little bit over there.
Yep. Probably something they've been working on.
Sierra on the service. Ladd on the bump. Gronsky, ooh, that's a hard set, but they managed. And Sorrentino didn't go over the line either, and her momentum looked like it might take her there.
She's had a lot of opportunities today. Just picked up her 6th kill of the night.
7-2. Sorrentino now goes back to serve. Centaurs trying to make it, well, it wouldn't be called a short night anyway. This is Velic to Sierra into the net. 8-2. Sorrentino slaps it up there, and it goes out on her. Problem is with the service era, when you see one, you see another in this match.
They've been in bunches.
They have. Then all of a sudden someone settles in and rolls off a few points. Generally on the Centaur side so far tonight. When you win 25-15 and 25-9, that's going to happen.
Yeah,
that one's
right.
I called that one. Another fault for Santiago. 9-3.
They get a setter change here.
Coming in will be Lillian Morgus. She'll do the service. And Vivian Bebo comes in for Emma Kerr. So Morgus, who has 5 assists on the season, and also comes in and serves a lot.
She's a very good server, yep.
Just like that. Morgus got it over. Mojica got it back. Reynolds sends it over. That's Sierra over to Guster. That was Morgus to Mojica. Reynolds backwards to Santiago. Velic sets it to the outside. Guster picked up by Morgus. Ladd has to set it to the outside. Batone lets it go, and it's going to be a good move by Santiago as Batone went long. 9-4. Hurek will go back to serve for the Tigers.
Gronsky back in.
This is Hurek. Mojica. Gronsky into the middle. Reynolds punches it down. Hurek. Velic saved it. They send it over with Soriano. Gronsky outside Batone and gets the kill. 10-4.
I think the defense thought that was going to be set to the middle again. Got a little out of position.
Well, that's what they've been doing, and that's almost like when you're setting up plays. That's a good set. Everybody anticipates, and all of a sudden you do the other thing.
They do a good job of that. I thought they were going to set the middle myself.
Did you? Batone on that jump service. Sierra. Velic coming up was Guster. Tried to sneak one in. Gronsky one-handed bump. Reynolds gets it over with the backhand. Velic sends it to the outs into the middle. Soriano sent it over. Ladd has to wait for that one to come down. Here's Bebo. Guster. Velic back to Guster. Nope, illegal hit.
Double hit.
11-4. We have to start thinking about a start of the game, the way it's going. Of course, I've known it's been jinxed before, and I don't want to jinx ourselves yet, so we won't talk about it quite yet. I've got an idea. So do I. Liliana Batone has the ace on that one. 12-4. And Batone will attempt another. Slaps it over.
Beautiful.
Just another ace.
Beautiful.
That's one you call a taped ace because that one hit the tape and kind of slunk its way over. In tennis, known as a let.
Back in the day, those were lets in volleyball, too.
Were they really?
Yeah, when they switched the rally scoring, they got rid of that rule.
Gotcha. 13-4 in favor of the Centaurs. Well, tennis and volleyball had a lot in common. And that one goes out. It'll be a fault. 13-5.
I think it actually used to be a serving error if it hit the net.
Was it?
And then they get rid of it. I thought it should just be a let.
Yep.
Just redo it.
Redo.
Because it's not really fair to the defense. Nobody's good enough to serve the ball intentionally off the net, and it's almost impossible to return it. If it
Well,
drops
that's the
straight down.
thing. In this case, like that one was impossible to return.
Right.
Once it loses so much of his momentum. Guster. That's an ace.
Gianna Musamichi into the match.
But here's an interesting one. Where did they get the idea for sets in volleyball? There's an. That might be an ace again.
Yeah.
It is.
Nice spot.
13-7. And again, we're going to take it back to another sport. It actually comes from baseball because they have innings. And so sets actually came from innings. And I think the net came from badminton, essentially. Mintonet, I think this is Mintonet. Mintonet was what it was called. And Ladd, another ace. 3 in a row for Guster have pulled the Tigers back to within 5.
When I first started coaching, you had to serve to get a point.
Yes.
And it was games were to 15.
Correct. Did you like it better?
Well, I'll tell you, the primary reason they switched it was for freshman and JV games because teams couldn't get a point because they couldn't put serves in, so matches were lasting forever.
Guster, Hurick, and that will not go over. No return by the Tigers.
You would get freshman games where either team could not serve very well, so neither team were scoring points.
And you'd be there all night.
And you'd be there all night. I think that was the main reason, or even at the middle school level or the lower levels.
Right.
And usually at those levels, you're trying to learn how to serve
But that has now
overhand.
gone into college and everything else. Jacqueline Dearborn on to serve for the Centaurs, first time tonight. Gets it over. Santiago into the net, now be an ace.
There's still a couple differences in college versus high school, but one being that being able to toss the ball up and not serve it, that's the high school only rule.
Right.
You can
Correct.
do that one time.
Yes. As long as you don't, let's see, you don't catch it. You got to let it drop, correct?
You used to be, as long as you didn't swing at it, unless they changed your rule, as long as you didn't swing at the ball, you could catch it, you could drop it.
Sierra hit that one out. You're getting some volleyball history tonight as well as broadcast. How does that sound? So Dearborn has made the past couple points.
Some new players in here for Woodstock.
16-8, yeah, Dearborn's in there. Also in there is Kaylee Bundy. Haven't seen her tonight. Destiny
Lamar's
Lamar.
in there. Another lefty, I believe.
Sierra, that one is just saved in there, sent in, and Bundy on the kill off of Gronsky. 17-8. Also in there, Gianna Musamichi. And she's the one who kind of bumped it forward that allowed that one to continue. Dearborn to Santiago. Velic. Sierra, that one might, Musamichi saved it. No one anticipated that she would. So it's a kill for Velic.
I think in her mind it was 50-50 if it was going to be in, so she was going to play it.
Makes total sense.
Yep.
especially when you've just come into the game.
Sure, you want action.
Yeah, you want to play.
And I don't think anyone was yelling out, so.
Yep. Soriano to serve for the Tigers, and that's going to fall short. 18-9 in favor of the Centaurs. And going back to serve for Woodstock Academy is Destiny Lamar. 6 kills, 10 digs on the season for the junior. Lefty. Guster. Velic. Guster again. Ladd on the bump. Gronsky into the middle. Sorrentino right through the block. Mallard went up for it, couldn't get it.
Sorrentino's having a nice day. It's her 7th kill.
19-9.
Match her uniform number.
Santiago. Velic to Sierra. Ladd on the nice save. This one's into the rafters. Going after it was Gronsky. Her and Musamichi almost collided.
Yeah.
Mallard, Musamichi on the save. Sorrentino, Ladd on
nice
the backside. Guster bumps it over, and then a kill for Velic. A little bit out of system on that one for the Centaurs.
I think Kaylee Bundy wasn't sure whether to block or get off and play defense on that one.
There was a little confusion. We got new bodies coming in constantly. Madeline Jazerski now into the game for the Centaurs.
It can be tough. You're playing next to people you haven't been next to often.
That one goes right to Jazerski. Gronsky, outside
Nice
Bundy.
roll shot.
Velic. See, that was Guster. Back over to Sierra. Gronsky sets to the middle to Sorrentino. Little tap.
Sorrentino with another one.
20-10. And serving now will be Bundy. Nobody knew who was serving. A lot of shake-up right now in the lineup, as you'd anticipate.
I think Gianna Musamichi is probably not used to playing the front row.
You get that idea?
The girls are excited for her opportunity here.
Velic to Guster into the net. Well, right now you'd say that this one is
I don't think they've had a
little
lot
in
of
doubt.
Opportunities to relax a little bit.
Not the last few games.
You know, some very tight matches. And
Velic to Sierra, bumped up by Gronsky. Ladd, Gronsky, can she get there? She did. Guster, Velic outside, Sierra sends it long. What did we say last time? Mistakes making it easy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you who my star of the game was. I like Izzy Mojica.
I think so. I think you got to go there.
That service run in the second set, and she's just been consistent all game long. Velic to Sierra, tips it over, bumped up there by Sorrentino, picked up by Jazerski, and Jazerski, didn't get the kill. Velic, Jazerski, get over again, and next time she gets the kill. I'll tell you, I thought the kill was better the first time around.
Tim letting him play a little bit here. The referee, I think, with some of the subs in, and maybe would have called that if it was a little tighter game.
Possibly, yeah. That one would have been a interesting call. That's a fault on Bundy. Got 3 consecutive points in, though, in a row. That's what happens when you say consecutive. It's in a row. Can you tell it's getting late? Sierra on the serve for the Tigers. We'll be talking to Izzy Mojica and Coach Adam Batone after this one's over. That's an ace. Ladd was backing up on it, thought it would go out. It didn't. And we don't have to wait for Adam to dance tonight either. That's what he says. So we'll take him at his word. Bundy on the bump. Outside to Sorrentino, a little long. A little wide, whichever you prefer. Still a 10-point lead for the Centaurs, 23-13. Not in any real immense danger, let's put it that way. Sierra, Gianna Musamici.
Oh, they wanna see
Morgus to
this.
Musamici.
Little shot.
Oh, did she get the kill?
wanna
Not
see this.
yet. Nope, that won't be a kill.
Not
Velic
quite.
gets it over Ladd.
See if they give her
Morgus, middle. Sorrentino slapped
big
it
swing
off.
and another kill for Sorrentino.
Yeah, it will be. Off of Mallard. And now we're down to set point, game point, match point, if you will.
Sorrentino's 9th kill. I'm best guessing that might be one of her best.
One of hers, yeah. I think it's right along there.
They're having fun out there. That's great.
And Sorrentino will serve this one out. Hopefully. Guster, Velic. Guster on the outside, into the net. That'll be it. 25-13, and Woodstock Academy takes a 3-0 win here at the alumni. I'm trying to say the Bentley Athletic Complex at the Alumni Fieldhouse.
Habit.
When we return, we will have our star of the game, Izzy Mojica, along with Adam Batone of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. When we return right after this.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
We're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
And we welcome you back to the Alumni Fieldhouse. Izzy Mojica, our star of the game. How we doing, Izzy?
Great, how about you?
Not too bad. Welcome to Woodstock Academy.
Thank you.
I know you transferred in and you finally get a chance to play. How nice is it to be back on the volleyball court?
It's great. I'm so appreciative of it.
How tough was it to sit on the sideline for the first 10 matches?
It was tough, but I like cheering on everybody. It was nice.
Was it nice?
Yeah.
You know, certainly as far as getting a win here after 3 losses in a row, how important was this?
It was so important. We had to clench what we had to work towards what we had, and we had to build off, and we had a really strong practice yesterday, and it just all came together today, so it was really good.
What do you think had to change from those 3 losses? What happened in those 3 losses?
We kind of when we lost to East Lyme, we kind of lost a lot of energy and confidence in ourselves, so we had to just work through that and get it all back, and I think we did.
You did tonight, that's for sure. Talk about your service run there at the end of the second set.
Well, at first I was kind of just going for it, and then I started being smarter about it, getting spots, and then Batone told me to throw in a little short ball, so I got it, and we won the set. So.
Won it all, yeah. 25-15, then you guys win. Was this kind of a nice confidence-building win going into the final week of the season and then the postseason?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely something we needed to build off of and to get a good foundation to keep growing.
And the final question for you, just how do you like the team?
I love it. I love my teammates and my coaches. They're so helpful, and I've learned so much already.
Where did you come in from, by the way?
Tallinn High School.
Tallinn High School.
Yeah.
So here you are at Woodstock.
Yep.
Congratulations. Great effort tonight.
Thank you.
Izzy Mojica, our star of the game. Oh, I forgot to ask. Dan, did you want to ask Izzy a question? Let's throw you back in here for a second. You can keep that run down there. You got a question for her? Well,
now?
Yes, you are.
What part of your game do you feel like is your strongest, and what maybe do you want to work on the most? I noticed hitting down the line for you is really effective.
Yeah, I think personally, like from the rest of the season, I've been really strong with my defense, and now like I'm starting to grow on my hitting and attacking, and my serving is definitely getting more consistent. So, yeah.
Well, welcome to Woodstock Academy, and I'm sure the team is so happy to have you back playing now and not just watching the sidelines.
Yeah, that's for sure. Congratulations once again. Coach Adam Patone joining us here, and we'll have you come around here just for a second, Adam, just so we can, it's okay, I think. So anyway, a couple of quick questions for you, Adam. Just talk about this win. How important was it?
Well, we needed to get back on the winning train, right? And so it was good to get there. You know, I think in typical fashion for us, we started that first set a little slow. I felt like we did things well in that set. There was just like no energy to really get us going. And, you know, we had, I think, quite a few service errors in that first set. I think like 3 or 4 were at inopportune times. And, you know, that just we just like kind of played at this like melancholy state, I guess. You know, there was really no passion behind what we were doing. And then we picked that up in the second set and then again in the third set. A couple good service runs. We utilized Mia a lot out of the middle. I think she led us in kills today, so that was nice to see. I thought passing was much better, defense was better, so we needed this game today to, you know, kind of get back and right the ship.
Yeah, we chose Izzy Mojica as our star of the game because she had some really nice kills early and that service run that she had in the second set.
Yeah, you know, since she's been able to play, she's been a great addition to the team. I think she's a good floor leader out there. She typically brings a lot of energy. You know, when her hitting's on, she is on. You know, I think that was evident in the last game we played. When we played against Waterford, I think she had 19 kills, right? So sometimes she's on a lot. But what she really brings is her defense and her passing, you know, and that kind of helps to solidify the areas that we struggle in quite a bit.
Coach, have your goals changed or evolved since the start of the season, or do you still have the same goals that you started the season with?
Yeah, our goals are still the same. You know, ultimately we wanted to win the regular season, the ECC, which we were in a good position to do, but we came up short there. So another goal we had was to win the ECC tournament and then, you know, make it to the state championship game. But also some of our goals were, you know, serve at 90% or higher. And so all that stuff is still in place. It's just, you know, what are we doing to make sure that we achieve those goals?
And I guess you have a couple of nice things still coming up. Dig Pink against Griswold. And is it senior night on Wednesday?
Yeah, so Dig Pink night, Monday against Griswold. You know, that's our big fundraiser for the year, and then we're going to give back to, you know, local people in need. So a lot of people need to come out for that. That's going to be a donation for entry. Going to have a couple raffle baskets along the way too, so hopefully that'll bring a decent amount of money. I'd like to see us raise about $2,000. I think we were close to that last year, so I'd like to get over that. And then on Wednesday against Conard is our senior night, and we're going to honor Regan and Mia for their 4 years of service here. So that's usually a good event. And then after the game, we'll head to the cafeteria, have a little potluck dinner, and
get ready for the ECCs.
Say some nice things about the girls, and then, get ready for ECCs.
Sounds great. Congratulations, Coach. Great win
Thank you.
tonight.
I appreciate it.
Adam Patone, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, a 3-0 win over Hartford SMSA today. And Dan, thanks a lot for joining me.
This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
This is what you do when you don't coach.
Yeah.
You color commentate. How does that sound? And we're going to have you
All
back.
the thoughts I'm having when I'm watching the game from the bleachers, now I can just say them out loud.
There you go. We're going to have you back come the ECC tournament. Bacon Academy against Woodstock Academy. We'll be here for that Monday game and likely be here. Well, we will be here for the ECC semifinals on Wednesday, November 1st. As the ECC semifinals come to Woodstock Academy, we'll broadcast both games live on Woodstock Academy Live. Remember, tomorrow on Woodstock Academy Live, it's the Woodstock Academy Centaurs football team. They take on New London at noontime. Brad Favreau is going to join me for all that rainy play-by-play. Well, hopefully the sun will come out, but I'm not guessing on it. Let's put it that way. A rainy weekend.
You never know in New England, though. You never know.
A rainy weekend. Imagine that.
Yeah, right.
Lately. For Dan Vogt, I'm Mark Allard. Final score once again. Woodstock Academy prevails over Hartford SMSA in volleyball 3-0. We'll see you again tomorrow.